Montgomery County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Welcome back to the Voices of Service podcast. I am Cassandra Tressler. Today on the podcast, we will be talking with Sergeant Chapin and Officer Hoffman, both from the Central Traffic Unit, about the county's transition from the traditional and beloved Harley Davidson motorcycle to the new fuel-economic BMW bikes loaded with the latest safety features and newest technology. I've had the opportunity to sit on both bikes, and one of the things I found most remarkable is the sheer difference in weight. My understanding is the Harley weighs about 900 pounds, whereas the BMW is about 650. For me, trying to stand up that bike, that 250 pounds makes a huge difference. Additionally, I know that both officers have been riding and around motorcycles for well over a decade. In fact, I believe Sergeant Chapin has been riding since he was 4, so I'll let you figure out that math. However, at the end of the interview, I'm going to make both experts a healthy little wager. So join us.
Montgomery County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey guys, welcome to Voices of Service. Today we are interviewing Sergeant Chapin and Officer Hoffman of the Central Traffic Unit. Now guys, can you tell me a little bit about what motor officers do?
Well, basically, having the motorcycles makes it a lot easier to get in and out of traffic. But our major functions are doing dignitary escorts. If the president decides he needs to come in through Montgomery County, we help Secret Service escort through that. Traffic enforcement, and also doing major accident collisions and investigations or collision investigations. So it's easier to do on the bike. We do have cars too, but we also look at data and where the accidents are happening or where we might get a lot of complaints, and that's where we try to do our enforcement. We also do the wires down, the trees in the roadway, so if there's major traffic incidents, that's what we handle.
Okay, now in terms of Vision Zero, how do the motor officers and these bikes play into that?
So the way our unit works is we are based off data, and we look at the crash data, and we do our traffic enforcement based on that. And then what we'll do is we'll use our motorcycles in the different areas we're working to do traffic enforcement. Another nice thing about the motorcycles is that we're not in a capsule. So the citizens will walk up and talk to us about, what are we doing, ask us questions. And I tell you, the kids in the community love the motorcycles.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know I love the Harley. I know it's so fun. You always hear it coming. You're sitting next to it at a light. You can hear it. First, I want to ask you, how long have you guys actually been riding bikes?
20 years, and that's also on the department as well.
Okay.
And I've been riding for about 45 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so I know that you also have a little one coming up who's riding.
Yeah, my son, who's 15 years old, is racing Junior Cup with Moto America. So that's the professional road racing of motorcycles in the United States.
Fantastic. So you guys know about tradition then,
Oh, yeah.
right? This is traditionally when you think of a motor officer, you think of them being on a Harley, right? But I do know that we are also now, as a department, going more towards the BMW bike. Can you tell me a little bit more about the safety features that the BMW offers?
Sure. The BMW is just the more modern bike that's out right now.
Okay.
As you can see, it has a digital dash. It has GPS, so it allows us to figure out where we're going as we're doing different details.
And that's built right in.
It's built right in. It's actually
Awesome.
the bike has different ride modes. It has a rain mode, so it activates the anti-lock braking system. It also makes the bike to where it doesn't accelerate as hard.
Okay.
We have a road mode, which kind of gives the bike a softer suspension. So when you're going over bumps, it absorbs it a little bit better.
Okay.
And then we have a dynamic mode. That's usually the mode we're in because it makes the bike perform a little bit better, more like a sport bike, but it's not quite a sport bike. It's a very comfortable bike. Speaking of comfort, the bike is very aerodynamic. We have a windscreen that raises and lowers, as you can see. We can raise it up if it's raining or if it's cold.
Okay.
We also have a heated seat on the bike, which is really nice because it heats your core up. We also have a heated suit that we wear that plugs into the side of the bike.
Okay.
But with this bike, we don't use it quite as much because it has heated grips and heated seat, and it keeps you quite warm in the wintertime. But also, the nice thing about the summertime is it takes the hot air and blows it away from the rider.
Rather than, I do know that I've been next to a Harley and I've seen them, so I know it turns off that heat, right?
It does.
So you did mention something earlier that I thought was really amazing, that you guys have your computers, right? Your
Right.
police computers and the printer in the back of this bike. And you did show me that you can actually take it in Bluetooth walk and get on the sidewalk and handle what you need to, right? And that takes
Yes.
you out of the way. It takes you to a more safe area to be able to do what you need to do.
Right. We don't have to worry about traffic coming up behind us. We can walk away. We can issue the citation, print it out, and walk up to the bike and rip it off. Our computer can actually turn into a tablet, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great feature. We actually just got those. And the other thing we did is we went to complete Bluetooth, so we're no longer plugged into the motorcycle. When we want to talk on our radio, we just push a button on the bike and we can continue to talk and keep our
Awesome.
hands on both controls.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay, last thing I want to, so I do know you said that this gets to a faster speed quicker, right?
Right.
And why is that important?
Well, when we're doing traffic enforcement, especially like speed enforcement, we can go out to catch the violator much quicker on this bike as opposed to the Harley because the acceleration is so much faster.
Okay.
That allows us not to be at speed for a long time. And really, that's a safety issue with police officers.
Right.
We want to be able to catch up with the violator quickly, get behind them, pull them over, as opposed to taking time to catch up. That means we're at speed longer. So with the Harley Davidson, it didn't accelerate quite as fast as the BMW. So when we're trying to catch the violator, it's nice to have a motorcycle that accelerates a little bit quicker.
Got it.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Before you guys leave, I have a little game. Okay. But the wager is that whoever loses has to wash and wax the other person's bike.
All right, I'm
Okay.
in. I'm in.
Okay.
All right. Okay. First question. All right. So the first motorcycle ever made was made out of A, plastic, B, wood, or C, iron.
I'm going with B, wood.
Iron C.
B, you got it. Okay, number 2. So those who ride Harleys traditionally know they're called a hog. So are they called a hog because the sheer size and mass of them makes people say they're heavy as a hog? B, because they used to ride around with a pig on them? Or C, Harley owners
Group.
Thank you. I forgot. I was like, what's that G? Harley owners group.
I'm going to go with C.
I'll go with A.
It's B. So the
Still in.
1900s, there was a group called the Wrecking Crew, and it was a group of Harley riders. And whenever they would win, they had a mascot that was a pig, and they would put that pig on the tank and take their victory lap.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. All right, my last one. So, Yamaha. We don't have a Yamaha here, but we know that they started out as something different rather than the motorcycle and scooter company that everybody knows of them today. Did they start out making blenders? Did they start out making pianos? Or did they start out making air conditioners?
I'm going to go with pianos.
That's what I was going to say.
It's pianos. Very good. Well, it looks like we have a winner. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for being here with us today. Looks like you're going to have your bike washed and waxed this week.
I love it.
Awesome, Serge. All right, guys.
Thanks,
well, thank
Sarge.
you very much. Thanks very much for being with us here today. We look forward to seeing you next time. Stay in touch.
Montgomery County 911, what's the address of the emergency?